Hey guys, so yesterday we were talking about force and motion, and we spoke about how force is the energy that it takes to do the work. And whenever you're pushing or pulling an object, we talked about motion, which is the change in position an object experiences whenever you're applying force. We talked about push, how it's something that it's getting away from you, and we talked about pull, that it would be a force to move something closer to you. So push, you're getting things away from you, or you're moving things away from you, and pulling, it's getting things closer to you. Okay, so today we're going to talk about gravity. So gravity is the force that brings objects toward the earth. And it gives you an example that if an apple falls from a tree, gravity would be the reason of why it hits the ground. Okay, another example would be like if you fall, you won't float in the air, you would actually fall to the ground. And that would be the same reason, gravity. So gravity is a force that pulls everything towards the ground, or it brings an object towards the ground. Okay? Uh, so our next vocabulary word would be friction. So a force that slows or stops motion when two objects rub together. So for this one, I'm going to give you an example. If we rub our hands together, you can experience how it slows down because it gets harder for you to move them or to rub them together. So if we do this, you can easily do it. You can keep on doing it. But if you do this, if you press your hands together and you try to rub them, it becomes harder. And that's called friction. So it's the motion of two things rubbing together. And there's a point when you have to slow down because it's getting so hard. And there's going to be a point when you're basically going to stop because that friction, it's forcing you to stop. Okay? If you think about whenever you rub your feet on the ground or the carpet, you can go sliding down towards the carpet, but there's going to be a point when your feet get tired and you have to stop or you slow down because the friction, it's making you slow down. Okay, so right now, if you can stop the video, make sure you write this vocabulary words on your notebook, because remember, you're going to need them to complete your work for this week for science. Once you're done, just put the video back on, continue playing it so we can talk about the next two vocabulary words. Perfect, guys. So now magnetism is a force that attracts or repels objects. So opposite poles attract and like poles repel. Okay, so if you have like a positive and a negative, they would go together. Or a north and a south, they would get together. They would connect. They would attract to each other. If you have a north and a north, since they're the same, they would actually repel. They would get away from each other. Okay, and we just have to know that magnets attract iron, nickel, and cobalt. Okay, now for acceleration, it would be the ability for an object to gain speed in a short amount of time. And it gives you an example right here. As the ball rolls down the hill, it will continue to gain speed. So if you throw a ball down the hill, it won't go slow. It would speed up, and it will just keep on gaining speed till it hits the ground, and then friction is created and it makes it slow down. Or I don't know if you ever gone to a hill and you're like, oh, let me roll down the hill. So you start rolling and you're going faster and faster and faster. Once you hit like the plain ground, then that's when you start to stop, because that's when friction is created. You're rubbing yourself with the ground, which is making you slow down. Okay? Or let's say if you start running down the hill and you fall, as you're going down the hill falling, or on the ground falling, you are going to gain speed. But once you hit the floor, again, friction is going to be created and it's going to slow you down, which eventually will stop you all the way. Okay, so again, friction It's the ability of gaining speed in a short amount of time. So yesterday I did added some videos to your homework that you were supposed to watch. So hopefully with those videos and this vocabulary words, it's going to be a lot easier for you to understand them. Okay. And remember, if you have any questions, just let me know and we can go over them again or give you more examples or explain it a little bit more so you can completely understand what we're talking about. Okay, guys. So I'll see you in a little bit in math. Bye, guys.